Okay, Vacation Bible Adventures, it's now time for a skit on gratitude.
Hi, Krista. What you doing?
Well, I'm picking up rocks. Well, you know, not big rocks, little rocks. Well, pebbles, actually.
What are you going to do with pebbles?
Oh, I'm gonna put them in my jar.
Well, that'll look nice. Sort of like art.
Well, yeah, it's not just a jar of rocks, though. It's my gratitude jar.
What's a gratitude jar?
Well, every time that I find a rock, well, pebble, actually, I think of something I'm grateful for. Sunshine. And then I put it into my jar. Some days I find lots of pebbles and I get more in my jar. Some days I don't find very many. And then I can see all the things that I'm grateful for.
That's neat and pretty too. Have you ever filled a jar?
Oh yes, I've been doing this for quite a while, so I have 37 jars full in my bedroom. But I'm thinking that maybe I'll make an outdoor patio outside my house with all of my grateful pebbles, so I'll have a grateful patio. And that way, I will have even more to be grateful for because I won't have to buy gravel and then I save money.
That's pretty neat. And then when you look at all of the rocks, well, pebbles actually.
Yes, pebbles.
Then you can think of all the things you're grateful for.
Yeah.
And how blessed you are.
Yeah, blessed and grateful.
I have something like that.
Yeah?
I call it my year of blessings.
Is it as cool as my gratitude jar?
Well, kinda. I have this journal, and each day I write the date on the page and write down the things I'm grateful for. And I started on January 1st. So on December 31st, I'm going to read all the things that I'm grateful for, and I call it a grateful journal.
That is cool.
Well, some days I'm not so grateful. Like the day that we found out about the coronavirus and that we wouldn't get to see our friends anymore. I really didn't write down very much that day.
Yeah, not too many pebbles in my jar that week either.
But you know, there are some good things that happen too. Like my friend Christine and I, we call each other every week now. And we didn't do that before. And now on Sunday afternoons, my whole family gets together on Google and we talk and we play games. And my nephew from Denver calls, and my nephew from Iowa, and the one from Minnesota, and we all get together. And that's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Like, I know some of my friends are getting creative with their extra family time. So they've been figuring out how to cook recipes together, baking bread. One of my friends, their family has watched all the Harry Potter movies. They watch one a week every Friday night, and they make popcorn and Reese's Pieces.
That sounds so cool. I have a friend that they do appetizer night, and they eat chicken wings and pizza bread.
That sounds really good.
Yep. And you know, I think that if you take time to be grateful, you practice being grateful, you become more grateful.
Yeah, even when things aren't going that great, practicing it, like practicing the piano. When I practice the piano, the more I practice, the better I get.
That's right. And you know what? I'm grateful for a friend like you.
I was just going to say the same thing.
The veggies of the spirit aren't
Broccoli.
The veggies of the spirit aren't
Green beans.
You want to be a potato, you might as well hear it. You can't be a veggie of the spirit, because the veggies are gratitude, forgiveness, courage, and caring. Gratitude, forgiveness, courage, and caring. The veggies of the spirit aren't broccoli. The veggies of the spirit aren't green beans. You want to be a potato, you might as well hear it. You can't be a veggie of the spirit because the veggies are gratitude, forgiveness, courage, and caring. Gratitude, forgiveness, courage, and caring.
Okay, Vacation Bible Adventures, it's time for a skit on forgiveness.
Beep, 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 beep. Wow, hi, Janet. What happened? You look angry.
I am not very happy right now.
Yeah. Can you tell me what made you so unhappy?
Well, last night my friend Billy came over to play with my new PlayStation, and he scratched my new game, and now it doesn't work anymore.
Well, that's unfortunate for sure, but I'm sure Billy didn't mean to.
Well, he said it was an accident, and he said he was sorry. But I can't forgive him. It was my favorite game, Frogger.
You know, that reminds me about a story in the Bible.
Frogger reminds you of a story in the Bible?
Oh, silly. The forgiving part.
Oh, okay.
This story is about a young boy who was very special in his father's eyes.
Daniel was special.
He was, but that's a story for another day. This story is about Joseph. He is one of the sons, one of the 12 sons. That's a lot of fingers. I don't have that many. Thank you. 12 sons of Jacob. Now, Jacob loved Joseph so much that he made a very special coat with many colors in it.
I bet it was beautiful.
It was, and Joseph loved his coat, but it made his brothers very jealous because they did not get a special coat.
What did they do?
Well, they did some very cruel things. First, they threw him into a deep pit to die, but then they decided to sell him to some traveling merchants as a slave in Egypt.
I bet he was very angry.
He was, just like you are now, but he loved God.
I love God. So what happened next?
Well, to make a long story short, Joseph became a very important person in Egypt. And one day he was having a dream, and God told him in the dream that a famine would come to the land. Do you know what a famine is?
Sure, that's when people don't have anything to eat.
Yes, that's right. And this famine was going to last 7 years.
Wow, that's a long time. I bet the people would starve.
Yeah, they would. But Pharaoh was no dummy. He asked Joseph what to do, and Joseph made a plan that they would store up a bunch of food so that they would be able to eat it later. And then the day came where the famine began, and Joseph's brothers, they ran out of food.
So they went to get food from Joseph.
They did. And, they came and they asked him for some of the food.
But he was very angry, and he said, "No, get away. You can't have any food. Go on."
No, Janet. He actually forgave them. Joseph forgave his brothers and shared the food because he realized that God had planned this all along. Because of his brothers, Joseph went to Egypt and was able to save them all from starving to death. You see, God knows what is best for us even when we don't. And when we learn to forgive others, God can do amazing things.
I guess Joseph did the right thing by forgiving his brothers. I should probably forgive Billy too.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, and maybe if I do, God will help me win at Frogger.
Well, that's not exactly my point, but it is a great start to forgive Billy.
Yeah, he's my best friend. You can read the story of Joseph and his brothers in the book of Genesis, chapter 37, verses 1 through 28, and in your Spark Story Bible on page 48.
Inside of my heart and my soul. Yes, there. Where can I go to be away from God? Nowhere. God lives inside of my heart and my soul. Where can I go to be away from God? Nowhere. God lives inside of my heart and my soul. Yes, there. Where can I go to be away from God? Nowhere. God lives inside of my heart and my soul. So I can be grateful, forgiving, courageous, and caring. For the Lord, your God, will be with you. For the Lord, your God, will be with you. Wherever you go. Where can I go to be away from God? Nowhere. God lives inside of my heart and my soul. Yes, there. Where can I go to be away from God? Nowhere. God lives inside of my heart and my soul. So I can be grateful, forgiving, courageous, and caring. For the Lord, your God, will be with you. For the Lord, your God, will be with you. Wherever you go.
Okay, Vacation Bible Adventures, it's now time for a skit on courage.
And flossin', walkin', flossin', walkin', flossin', walkin', flossin', walkin', flossin', walkin', floss. And flossin', walkin', flossin', walkin', flossin', walkin', flossin'. I can do it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey, Janet, what are you reading?
I'm reading a story by a girl named Anne Frank. She was very brave. She wrote a book, well, a diary actually, about being in a horrible situation, and it was a very long time ago. And it made me think about courage and all the different kinds of courage.
Yeah, I think you're right. Some courage happens in extraordinary circumstances, and some courage happens every day.
Okay, what would you think, what would be the courageous thing to do if you were in the music section of Target and you found a CD that you really wanted, but you didn't have enough money for it? Your friends said they would keep a watch out for the clerk so you could slip it in your backpack. But you know that you want it really bad, but you know that stealing isn't right. What would be the courageous thing to do?
Well, actually, that one's not too difficult for me. I know stealing is wrong, so I would say no to my friends, and I would walk out of the music section.
Yeah, yep, that shows courage and integrity. You know what integrity is? Doing the right or kind thing in all situations.
All situations? Well, then I've got a situation for you.
Okay.
Suppose you and your friend are walking home in the rain.
I hate walking in the rain.
I know, that's why I picked it for this situation.
Okay.
So, you and your friend are walking home in the rain, getting all wet and cold, and then suddenly a red sports car pulls up, and the driver asks if you'd like a ride and get in. And he looks really nice, but you and your friend both don't know him, and your friend wants to get in the car. What do you do?
I would really not want to get wet. But I think the right thing to do, the thing that shows courage, would be to say no and run the other way. Because you don't get in a car with strangers, even if you're cold or you're wet or they have puppies.
Oh, yeah, that would show courage.
And I would tell someone after that, like a parent or a police officer, because people shouldn't be asking you to take a ride if you don't know them. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think that's what I would do. Hey, do you want to do another one?
Yeah, I like this.
Okay. How about your friend has a new shirt on and you like it, but some girls are teasing her about it. And they think that you should tell her that she looks silly in it. What would you do?
Well, that one's not too difficult for me either, because I feel like I would go up to the girls and say that if you don't like it, that's fine, because you're not wearing it. And that's a good thing because I like it.
Yep, because then you're showing courage and you're also being a good friend. That's great.
Great. Okay. Well, here's one that a friend of mine is having trouble with. So let's say you're invited to go to the rock climbing gym and your friends really want you to go along, but you're scared because you've never climbed on a rock climbing gym and it gets really high up and you're afraid you're gonna fall.
Yeah, that's sort of hard because rock climbing does look like fun, but I would be afraid to fall, and they go pretty high up too. You know, I would probably tell them, not this time, but ask me again next time. And then I would watch videos on YouTube and maybe take a lesson at the rock climbing wall. And then I could go next time and have fun with them.
That's a great idea. That's what I do. I mean, that's what my friend will do. Well, this is really neat to think that not just Anne Frank has shown courage, but we can show courage every day too.
We can show courage in everyday situations. And then we can remember, do not fear because I am with you. That's from Isaiah 41:10.
Ooh, yep. And we can remember that when we are afraid, we are never alone.
Right.
Inside of my heart and my soul. Yes, there. Where can I go to be away from God? Nowhere. God lives inside of my heart and my soul. Where can I go to be away from God? Nowhere. God lives inside of my heart and my soul. Yes, there. Where can I go to be away from God? Nowhere. God lives inside of my heart and my soul. So I can be grateful, forgiving, courageous, and caring. For the Lord, your God, will be with you. For the Lord, your God, will be with you. Wherever you go. Where can I go to be away from God? Nowhere. God lives inside of my heart and my soul. Yes, there. Where can I go to be away from God? Nowhere. God lives inside of my heart.
Okay, Bible Adventures, last fall we had a unit in Sunday school called Who is Your Neighbor? Which was all about learning to care for others. So, let's sit back and watch the video that we made then to learn how to love our neighbors as ourselves.